I never realized how easy it is for education systems, businesses, and corporations to pull a fast one on anyone, right? And I've learned this after working in the corporate world. Obviously, like, I've learned a lot of the tactics that these corporations do, deny, defend, depose. It's very sickening. Um, the other part of it is just, it all started when I was in high school, to be honest. I needed to take a test for camp to get more money if I wanted to, like first aid and CPR. So I took the first aid course. There was 10 questions on the test. So the highest grade you could possibly get was 100. So it's 10 points each question. There was 10 questions, right? Somehow I got a 79 on the test, which is just not possible, right? There's no partial answers that are correct in the CPR test. You had to get an 80 or above. How did I get a 79? So I went up to the gym teacher. I was like, yo, like, this is bullshit. And I was, like, cool with the guy. Like, he always used to, like, mess around with me in gym class. But I was like, dude, this is bullshit. Like, now I'm getting paid $5 less every paycheck because you wanted to be a scumbag. And I didn't get my $5 more on my paycheck at camp. Like, that's bullshit. uh, the other part of it was when I was in college, when they gave us a bootleg semester because of COVID, right? They, instead of reimbursing students, corporations real I mean, you got to realize a college is a corporation, but um a lot of these places, if they had to give back money to someone, they're going to try their hardest not to give people money, right? So instead of being a, moral business, a college for education, someone sued my university 4 years after that year. So after I graduated, I was probably 1 year into the corporate world at this point. I get a check in the mail from my university. And I was like, oh, sweet. Like, someone sued my university. Let's see how much money I got back from the reimbursement. $56.75. Compared to, I don't even remember what my tuition was for that year, which was ridiculous because I was dorming at that time. I was like, dude, this is chicken shit. Fast forward to the corporate world, this is where it even gets even worse, right? Uh, I was working on this new team after being in the company for 18 months. I got moved to this new team, like, it wasn't even in my control. Like, my boss at the time didn't even know what the hell was going on. I moved to this new team. I was like, all right, it's a growth opportunity. That's what they positioned it as for me. So I did the work on the team, making good friends, doing the job. All of a sudden, Thanksgiving comes around of 2025. And my manager goes, yeah, you got to find a new role. You have 30 days. And thank you for working on the team.
We have the DSM. We got it, sir. Good. That's one less loose end. No!
So I was sitting there like, this is horseshit because I've never got any negative feedback in my 2.9 years in the corporate world. So I basically told her, like, you know what? I'm going to speak to an attorney. So I go to an attorney. This guy said he's going to help me. He said he could get me a year severance. The guy stole $3,000 from me. So I was like, all right, that's bullshit. Fortunately, I didn't sign my severance agreement, so I was in the company for another 3 months, so I got my bonus. But the company already screwed themselves because they've released a statement that they were doing an internal business review, which was my case. The other part of it was I just didn't sign my severance agreement. I got the right to sue, and now they'll see the consequences of their actions. Like, that was their choice, right? Instead of being a morally standing corporations that they positioned themselves to be, they had to be scummy because greed is better than being moral. So, I mean, even like the school bus companies, I got a ticket for being on the 8-lane road. I was in the 7th lane, and the school bus was in the 1st lane on the other side. So I was on the right side of the road. The school bus was on the left side of the road. There's a raised median with trees. Apparently on the ticket I was supposed to stop But in New York State, it says you do not have to stop for a school bus if there's a raised median, because the person who's crossing the street could stop on the median. Especially on the turn that I was coming around. I was coming around a turn where you cannot stop if the school bus is there. Like, you have to go or someone's going to rear-end you. So I sent the thing back saying I'm not paying this, and they canceled the ticket because they knew it was bullshit. It was like a $300 ticket. Like, could you imagine that? So just think about that. When certain things come to you for like some bullshit ass like payment and you have no idea what it is, like, it's most likely some bullshit, right? So either way, that's the video I got for today. Thank you guys so much for the love and support recently, and as always, next time, brother. Peace.
Just 'cause you got eyes doesn't mean you always see.